You meet someone new, shake their hand, and exchange names. A few minutes later, you've already forgotten their name. It happens to almost everyone, yet the impact is far greater than most people realize. The ability to remember and use someone's name isn't just a social skill. It's a powerful psychological tool that can make you instantly more likable, memorable, and influential. Most people underestimate how much their name means to them. A name is not just a word. It's deeply tied to identity, self-worth, and belonging. When someone remembers your name after a short conversation, it triggers a subconscious feeling of importance and recognition. It signals, you matter, you are seen, you are valued. First, remembering someone's name immediately increases their sense of connection to you. Studies in social psychology show that people respond more positively to those who remember their names, even in brief encounters. The simple act of using someone's name in conversation makes them feel more engaged, respected, and valued. Second, forgetting someone's name, especially after multiple encounters, can make people feel unimportant or forgettable. While most people won't openly admit it, when someone forgets their name, they subconsciously feel less valued in that interaction. This is why the ability to recall and use names is such a powerful way to stand out socially. First, the reason most people struggle to remember names isn't because they have a bad memory. It's because they don't focus on remembering. When you first hear a name, your brain is often distracted by forming first impressions, thinking about what to say next, or simply not giving the name enough importance. The trick to remembering names isn't in having a great memory. It's in learning how to pay attention to names in the first place. Second, one of the fastest ways to improve name retention is through mental association. The brain remembers information better when it's linked to images, emotions, or personal connections. If you meet someone named Michael who is a musician, mentally label him as Michael the musician. If you meet a Sarah who has curly hair, think spirals like Sarah. These small mental tricks make names stick far more effectively than just repeating them. First, saying a name immediately after hearing it makes it far more likely to be remembered. Instead of just saying, "Nice to meet you," say, "Nice to meet you, Anna." This small habit forces your brain to process the name more deeply, increasing recall. Second, asking about the meaning or origin of a name helps solidify it in memory. If someone introduces themselves as David, you could ask, "Do people call you Dave or David?" This small interaction gives your brain extra connections to the name, making it stick longer. First, one of the biggest mistakes people make is assuming that forgetting names isn't a big deal. In reality, remembering names can dramatically affect networking, friendships, dating, and workplace relationships. The person who remembers names in social situations automatically stands out because they make people feel seen and important. Second, in business and leadership, remembering names creates instant rapport and loyalty. If a boss remembers their employees' names, it builds trust and respect. If a salesperson remembers a client's name, it makes the interaction feel more personal. When you use someone's name in conversation, it strengthens the sense of connection and familiarity. First, one of the most powerful ways to use names effectively is through reinforcement in follow-up interactions. If you meet someone at a party, use their name when saying goodbye. "It was great talking to you, Lisa." If you meet a coworker on Monday, use their name again later in the week. "Hey, Mark, how was your weekend?" The more you use a name, the deeper it sticks in your memory. Second, if you forget someone's name, don't panic, but also don't ignore it. Instead of avoiding saying their name, just admit it briefly and ask again. "I'm so sorry, I just completely blanked on your name for a second. Could you remind me?" People appreciate the honesty more than pretending to remember. First, one of the most underrated techniques is writing names down after meeting people. After a networking event, party, or business meeting, take 30 seconds to jot down the names of the people you met and something memorable about them. Even if you don't look at the notes again, the simple act of writing reinforces the memory. Second, names should not just be stored in memory. They should be used strategically. In conversations, using someone's name at the right moment increases persuasion and engagement. Saying, "John, that's a great point," makes John feel more acknowledged. Using a name during an argument, like "Lisa, I understand where you're coming from," helps de-escalate tension and create a sense of personal connection. First, names create an instant bond in social situations. If you remember someone's name after just one meeting, it makes them feel valued and memorable. If you forget, they feel like just another face in the crowd. This is why people who master the skill of remembering names naturally become more charismatic and socially respected. Second, people underestimate how rare this skill actually is. Because so many people forget names quickly, those who make a habit of remembering stand out even more. The simple act of saying, "Wow, I really appreciate our conversation, Rachel," can make a lasting impression that most people fail to create. First, if you want to be better at networking, dating, leadership, or even just making deeper friendships, start treating names as important as they truly are. The next time you meet someone, make conscious effort to remember and use their name. Treat it like gold because to that person it is. Second, remembering names isn't just about being polite, it's about creating lasting relationships. People may forget what you said, but they'll never forget how you made them feel. And few things make someone feel more special than hearing their own name spoken with warmth and genuine recognition. The secret to social influence isn't in having the perfect words, the best looks, or the most charming personality. It's in understanding that the smallest details, like remembering a name, are what create the deepest emotional impact. Once you master this, you'll never be forgotten in a conversation again.